Hello, I am here at Medoc Mountain State Park with Superintendent Kelly, and we're going to look at some beautiful wildflowers. So Kelly, is the springtime a good time to find wildflowers?
You can find wildflowers all the time in state parks, especially from February through November, but spring is the best time to find them. We've got nice open for the sky above us, the canopies above us. Trees haven't come out with their leaves yet, so we've got a great place for them to start growing and attracting little critters.
Yeah, we veered pretty far deep into the forest. I'm really surprised that it is so bright out.
It is so bright out. So Brandon, you can see that we've got buds coming on the leaves, for the leaves, but the buds haven't sprouted yet, so we still have this nice open area. So the wildflowers, which have been hanging out waiting for it to warm up a little, for the daylight to get longer, are now coming out and getting nice and pretty, like the trout lilies we have over here.
Great. How do they do when the foliage comes in a little bit more?
Well, so eventually these will not have the flowers. They'll probably go back into a little bit of a dormant season. They're similar to an onion or a potato, so they'll have the growing, the bulb underneath will always stay around, but the leaves on top may shrivel up. They don't ever just die off, so they're perennial. They'll keep coming back.
Great. Well, it sounds like they are producers. Does anything consume them?
A lot of the critters that consume them will be more of your pollinators. So they have this beautiful attractant. They have the pollen hanging down low. So smaller flies, smaller bees will come up and they'll feed on the flower, and then they'll take the pollen and go around everywhere. The other thing that's really neat is ants. Ants will also feed on these and take it with them.
Oh.
Yeah. The trout lilies have a wonderful symbiotic relationship with an ant, which is very odd. You wouldn't think ants would have anything to do with flowers, but once the flower has done its thing, it will form a seed pod, and that seed pod, the ants will come and they'll grab the seed pod, they'll take it back to their nest and they go underground, and they don't eat the seed itself, they eat the outside of the seed pod, which according to legend maybe tastes a little like icing on a cupcake. But I don't know about you, but I never eat the cake part. I just eat the frosting, and the same happens with the ant. The ant will eat the outside of the seed, but leave the seed back behind, and then that ground is the perfect place for that seed to grow.
Wow, it sounds like they really depend on one another.
They do, and a lot of plants in the world do the same thing, and it's just wonderful that at Medoc Mountain you can see that happening just right here on the trail. So when you're looking at a trout lily, we see this one leaf right now, and this one leaf took 2 to 3 years to grow. So then the second set comes on, and that second leaf took 4 to 5 years to grow. And amazingly, this flower took 7 years.
Wow.
So when you're walking on a trail, even if you're walking your puppy dog, it's best to keep everybody on the trail, because you never know what you might be trampling because you can't see it.
Yeah, it is really hard to see. I didn't notice until you kind of pointed that out, that there are little one leaves around all over the place.
Yeah, and those leaves took 2 to 3 years to grow.
Well, thank you so much for showing me all about the trout lilies. I'm wondering if I can find any wildflowers when I get home.
You can definitely find wildflowers when you get home in your backyard, or just go for a hike along the nearest greenway. You'll be able to start looking for them, especially low to the ground. You're going to want to look for the little periwinkles, or maybe even the violets, nice blues, a little bit of whites out there. Just keep your eye open. That's the biggest thing. Most folks just walk right by them and don't even know that they were there.
Well, I'm really excited to get back to my neighborhood and pay more attention.
Yes, definitely. Enjoy.
All right.